Woo.
Boop 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 boop. I just wanted everyone to be annoyed. Just for a second.
Boy, the stream was a little late because my laptop was at 26%, and when I turned around to go grab my power cord and plug it in, it powered off. Because good old my battery.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it was cold, it would not have gotten all the way down to 26%.
Right.
Luckily, it's a Mac, so I can just pop it open, throw in a new battery.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can. It's just if you break the battery on accident, it's bad.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I remember what a absolute project it was. Your old MacBook, I replaced the power cable to the box.
Yeah.
That was a project. I had to literally break open the box. I had to desolder things.
Whew. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, they make it nice and easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that now it seems that they're doing a box with 2 separate cords.
Yes, absolutely. Because the cord is what's going to break, not the box.
Right.
Gam9091, howdy, folks. Fred Piccolo1, bonjour. Take the Hun, hello. Jason M, hey, everyone. Did you hear about the Eisenhorn live action? Yeah, I heard about that like 4 years ago. But I hadn't heard any new information since then. I kind of hope they don't. I know some people really like live action and can't really handle anything else, but boy, I don't want to see Eisenhorn walking around a TV budget set. Because it's not going to be like Game of Thrones HBO.
Right, or Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
We will see.
Yep.
Son of the Brothers Monkey. Hola. ¿Qué pasó? Flipna Dude at 88. Yo, 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 yo. Lucky Bat. Ooh, ooh. Benjamin Reynolds. Hey, guys. Loving the Centurions.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, speaking of loving these Centurions, gotta throw up a new poll for the Patreon members. I know the Patreon members getting a lot of goodies today.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we showed up some T-shirt designs.
Mm-hmm.
By maybe, I mean we did.
Yes.
So we did that today.
And only the patrons get to know. Everybody else will know soonish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some would say too soon. Some would say not soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on your perspective.
Benjamin Reynolds. Warhammer needs to be Marvel budget. Yeah. The only things that get to be Marvel budget is Marvel.
Yep.
Alex YT. 40K live action would be too expensive to do right. Yeah. I mean, just imagine trying to get a Space Marine in a live action.
Jason M, I saw the shirts. Makes me want to buy paints in pots. That will make sense to everyone else later.
Mm-hmm. I'm Bartman. Did you mod the Centurions? Yes, a little bit. I lengthened their legs just a little bit, and I also took off their little like Dick Shroud skirt thing, and I turned it into one crotch plate, which I think makes it look a little better and gives them more of a waist, which helps them look more like a person. And then I also scraped off almost all of the decorations. Because these Centurions were loaded up with details, and I got rid of almost all of that.
Yeah.
Kick the Bandit. I play the pre-order all the shirts. Like
There
all
you
the shirts,
go.
like all the designs, or literally all the shirts.
Either way.
Yeah.
Perfect. And we appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Random Imperial Knight, what is the next thing you need for your army? Oh god, I need nothing. I need to sell half of it, at least. Ask YT, is this EOB merch info FOMO? Yeah, it is.
You better believe it.
Speaking of, I need my airbrush and a little bit of Silly Putty. Because I'm finally going to do the backpacks. I did the exact same thing with my Space Marines. I just ignored the backpacks until the very end.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Bartman poop. Poop, 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 poop. I don't want to watch it. If they focus on something more down to earth, like Guard versus Gene Stealer cults, it might work on a TV budget. Yeah, that could happen. I think if they're gonna do something on a TV budget, they gotta have it be more human centric. You know, if you start having monsters and Space Marines running around, I think you might start running into some issues.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get this poll.
I only want to watch it. If they focus on something more down to earth, like Guard versus Gene Stealer cult, it could work on a TV budget. See, another tricky thing with 40K is it's kind of for children. Like,
hey,
I mean,
I'm a children.
So generic soldiers versus monsters. Like, I think it could definitely work, but I feel like I don't know who watches TV anymore. Like, it's not going to be Breaking Bad. It's not going to be like it's going to be like a silly show.
Mm-hmm.
Although 40K is very serious. We know that for a fact, of course. It's in no way satire. I need something to poke this with. Do I have a hobby knife near me?
I got something you can poke this with.
Ah, is it a hobby knife?
Yeah, it is actually.
Ah, good. Player tips. Hey guys, I know you just started, but I gotta pee. Can we pause the painting till I get back, please? Love you, XOXO, hugs and kisses. Oh, player, you might want to save your $5 because we're coming out with some merch.
Better believe it. Oh yeah. And also, if anyone's on the Patreon, we got some stream pics cooking.
Yeah.
We already have 3 votes. I literally just posted it.
Yeah, always, instantaneously.
Now 4. Kick the Bandit. My vote for the Patreon is in the lead.
Yeah, you're gonna win the Patreon vote.
Woo! Patreon vote. I do think it's like the first one that people vote for, I think, is always the one that wins.
Yeah, it always seems to run away.
I can't think of a time where that didn't happen.
There we go. Little half and half.
Now there's 7 votes.
Messiah Sphinx. The flesh is weak.
Dogman, all loud. He's pushing around that silly putty.
Mm-hmm.
Alex YT. LOL, clear frontrunner for the Patreon vote. Yeah.
But where does the front runner stand on the issues?
Yep. It's not good.
Does he have enough experience?
That's true.
Did I silly putty the right stuff? Yes, I did. Right? Wait, I want this side, so I need to hide this side.
Frog Jog, what candy flavor do you guys prefer? Yellow.
I really like banana if it's available.
You might be. I don't know. There's not that many people that like banana.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I would say I'm not on that boat.
Mm-hmm. I like because banana is usually very sugary but not too tart.
Yeah, that's like a dentist flavor. That's like a flavor a dentist would give you.
Like Runts candy. I like the bananas and Runts. It's like the most generic hard candy in the world.
Flipnote Dude at 88. Is the Patreon thing a website? I'm old and don't really know. It is. It is a website. Patreon. And essentially what it is...
Oh, God damn it. Okay, which one of these did I do correctly?
And essentially you pay monthly to help the channel, and you get some rewards and some benefits. Like on our top tier you get some terrain STLs, and then for our mid tier you get some extra shows, like our community critique, where people on the Patreon submit photos, and then we talk about them and just viciously attack people. We're really rude to people. And then our Warhammer Plus review shows, where let's just say we, you can sit down with us and watch the shows.
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, though? You want to hear me lose a ton of my nerd cred? I'm not that big a fan of Mystery Science Theater.
Ooh, I'm certainly not.
I whenever I just get a little annoyed when they're talking over the movie. Like, the jokes don't land that hard. Like, I like a red letter media style, where they pause the movie to make a joke, or they'll show you the clip that they're making a joke about, and then their joke. I feel like that works a little bit better than just. Although when we do it, it's awesome. Obviously.
Yep.
And I love the robots, and I like the song, and I like the world of Mystery Science Theater, and I like that it exists, and I love Patton Oswalt, who's in the new season that's on Netflix, but it's okay.
Cake the Bandit. The best benefit of this Patreon is the Friday night chat. So many hot takes.
Yes.
We do a live stream on Friday that is just for the Patreon members, and sometimes it gets wet, sometimes it gets wild.
Because we're all in a live call together, and we just chit chat.
It's true, and it gets pretty crazy.
Frog Jog. Banana Laffy Taffy. Great stuff. Ooh, it is great stuff. I love Banana Laffy Taffy. The Wizard MF. What would it take to make 40K mainstream, and would we actually want that? Is anything really mainstream? I mean, besides, like,
Marvel.
the news? Marvel, yeah. Tons and tons and tons of people like Marvel, but not everybody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you think the percentage has to be?
I don't know. I feel like now it's becoming kind of a hipster thing to not like Marvel. Although I think the people who say they don't like Marvel still kind of like Marvel. Like, they'd watch Iron Man and be like, okay, this is a fun movie. I like this. They wouldn't say that, but that'd be their inside thought.
Right. General quacking tons. Peeing in toilets is technically mainstream.
It's true.
So, there you go. Tons of things are mainstream, according to that.
Mm-hmm. I don't think 40K will ever be mainstream, because it's just it's obviously not for everyone. Not everyone's gonna like collecting models and painting models and carrying miniatures around and reading big, humongous rule books.
No, I showed my cousin was interested in 40K and kill team and stuff, and then I showed him like what you have to do, and he's like, nah, nope, not gonna do this. Not even gonna try it. I know that I will not like it. And I thought that was pretty fair.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people really, really love it, because a lot of people who are artistic, where they're like, ooh, a new way to like kind of do art and express yourself, and there's like a built-in audience to show your work to, and that's really appealing to tons and tons of people. a new universe that you can learn and then be like, I know everything about everything in this little subculture. That gets a lot of people going.
The game.
The game, a lot of
Oh,
people
fun.
love the game and how complex it is and how much there is to it.
Some people are weirdos and are into everything.
Yeah.
Benjamin Reynolds, the rule books are the worst part to me.
Mm-hmm.
They can be a bit much.
I remember learning 40K for the first time and reading the 6th edition big rule book over and over and over and trying to comprehend night fighting and unit keywords and vehicle keywords. Oh, it was so... Tank shock? Oh my god. Remember the 10-step process that was tank shock?
Yeah, it's wild.
Hey, Dr. Bear. Hey, Jay. Wouldn't it be cool if we got a 40K game about Gazgul Thraka? Yeah, that could be neat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kill team.
Joe Draco's, the Titan is done! That is all. It's done? Like done being built or done being painted? Because I feel like not that long ago you were talking about you got the legs done.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the legs are like, one of the biggest parts.
Speaking of big parts, this is a really important question. I'm Bartman. Do Space Marines have wieners?
I don't know if we know for sure, but I think yes. But they're small. Everything about them is big, but their PPs are very small.
I see this is going to be a very intelligent stream today. Talk about being in the toilet, talk about wieners. Yeah, this is good.
Sean Schmidt, have you talked about Imperium subscription yet, and is it worth it for someone returning to the hobby? It's probably best for somebody returning to the hobby because you get lots of stuff at a discount, and you get it like consistently every once in a while. For returning people, I guarantee it's just a new pile of shame that arrives weekly and monthly instead of every now and again.
A random Imperial Knight. Guess I'm a Space Marine.
Ominous Sphinx. Remember when tanks had back armor and side armor? I do.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind back armor. I think the side armor was a little much. And the facing got complicated when you were looking at like Eldar vehicles and stuff that weren't just a box.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, can you really, because there was a big deal if you got to shoot at the back armor versus the side armor.
Right. Yeah.
But I think there could still be a little something, like you get an extra thing if you shoot him in the butt. You gotta shoot him in the butt.
But my question, my question was back then and then would be now, is that why is there weaker armor on the back? Like, do they just not try on the back?
That is true.
Everything's for looks in the front and sides. Everything's for looks in the backs.
Yeah, it's not like
it'll always be the same armor all the way around. Like maybe, like to me, it makes more sense if there's more in the front because there's maybe a guy in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it never really made sense that all vehicles are inherently weaker if you shoot them in the back, even though the back looks exactly like the side and the front.
It doesn't, although like on orc vehicles, it would totally make sense because it's open.
Yeah.
Generally. So, yeah, I don't know.
Joe Draco's done. It is done. Shows you don't look at EOB Complete anymore. I look at it on Mondays.
That's true. We're still looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
We're still featuring. Just not in the videos.
Seminobotan's monkey. Orcs have gargantuan schlongs, despite having no apparent use for them. They're fungi.
Mm-hmm.
All to count, anybody else hitting a plateau and feeling like everything they are trying is just not working. Yeah, that always happens every now and again. You just gotta keep on going. Maybe try some different stuff where the stakes are low.
That's true.
Just go get like a WizKids model or something.
Yeah, I was about to say something like that, or maybe that's when you start perusing some 3D printed stuff on Etsy or something. Just trying to find something fun and silly and weird.
Or paint your buddies' models.
Yeah.
Maybe make a little cash.
Mm-hmm. Tonk man. Dang, we talking about orc PP now? Yes. Simon the Bottomized Monkey. It's very jarring and unsettling not hearing the EOB complete script playing at the end of the videos. Oh yeah, they just end now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That is a fun sound.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it reminds me as like as a kid, you have a glass of milk with a straw, like a crazy straw.
It reminds me of my morning poops every day. I'm seeing a doctor.
Like I said, it's one of those streams.
Dear Bimus, speaking of vehicles, I thought it would be kind of neat to have a rule that says when the vehicle is destroyed, you don't just remove it from the table, it becomes terrain. Yeah, I think it used to be like that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what happens now.
I remember a big argument with Sean because I blew up one of his vehicles and then I had all my guys hide behind the vehicle, but he said that he could shoot through the vehicle because it was his vehicle.
Yep, and you're still arguing about that to this day.
Mm-hmm.
That was in like 2014. Alex YT, the thumbnail today needs to be framed somewhere. Mm-hmm. Ooh, there she is.
Maybe I should get my almost finished Centurions out of the firing line of the airbrush.
You know, not a bad thought. Jason M. Speaking of 40k genitals, even though most Tyranids have none, the way their ranged weapons work, their hands are technically pregnant.
That's true. They shoot living beings out of their weapons.
Chris, I'm gonna guess the new airbrush hasn't arrived. Airbrush compressor, I'm assuming. Should we get into that?
Yeah, we bought one without doing enough research, and it turns out that it is a quiet, like commercial grade air compressor. So it is very quiet by compressor standards, because like usually like you almost need hearing protection to be near a compressor, and the one we bought is just loud. But it's probably twice as loud as the broken one that I've been using.
Yeah. So yeah. That's gonna get returned. We're gonna find a new one.
Yeah. I feel bad. It's like it's so heavy. And,
yeah.
Some poor person's gonna have to drag that back onto a truck and take it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're actually going to do a few minutes of research.
Mm-hmm. But still, just a few.
Yeah.
Kind of what we did previously. So we probably accidentally buy like a giant one, like a super big one. Jason M, could you imagine giving birth and immediately throwing your baby at someone? A little bit, actually.
Yeah. Seems like a fun.
Flipnote Dude at 88. I really enjoyed watching today's video. That Nurgle slug looks sick.
Yeah. It's a weirdo.
It is a weird model. Benjamin Walker just bought Kill Team Octarius yesterday. Man, that shit was heavy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a full box.
Action-packed box. Son of the bottomless monkey. Free ammo. It's true. What does the compressor say?
I'm Bartman. This is gonna sound weird, but my favorite Primarch is Horus. Who is yours? Horus is a good one. I don't know. I guess I like Dorn, because he is my chapter progenitor of the Black Templars.
I like Magnus.
Magnus is cool. He can do magic.
Yep, that's why I like him.
Something to do that 88. Vulcan. Sean, orcs don't pee or poop ever. That's why they're in a bad mood and always want to fight.
Yeah, can't disagree with that.
Says Kaiser. So in your videos, I hear you talk about back in school a lot. Was that like the 2010s for you? I guess like high school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which was. I mean, so high school and college.
Mm-hmm.
All that was in the 2010s.
Yeah.
Champ Styles, but can Magnus pull a rabbit from a hat?
Probably not.
Probably the one thing he can't do.
Tonkman, bones are stronger than concrete, so it would kind of work. That is true, because there's a difference between hardness and strength. Because strength has ductility. Glass is technically incredibly hard, but it's brittle.
Just like my spirit.
Mm-hmm. Dude at 88, I have a D-Wall 15-gallon, 200 PSI. It's loud, but after the initial charge, I can paint for a while before it runs for 30 seconds. Yeah, that is true. That's how the real machines work.
Mm-hmm. I know back in the day, I used a tank. I would go into the garage, use the super big-ass loud compressor, fill up a tank, and then run the tank down to the basement and use that. And it worked pretty well. And probably get a couple hours of painting out of it. But now I just have a little compressor. Although I watched I went today. I watched Ninjon's video on those airbrush little tiny compressor kits, the ones that connect them all together, and that was a really interesting to see that actually work and do a pretty good job. And he showed in the video that it seems like there's something wrong with his compressor. Like he has the exact same one that I have for his real compressor, and he was having some problems with it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a good video.
All right, a little demasking action. Kaboom!
Ooh.
Oh, please tell me I did it right. Yes, I did it right. PJ McMurray. Agree, Jay. Dorn is the father of our chapter, and so obviously the best. And I mean, close second is Sigismund, even though he's not a Primarch. But he is the reason that the Black Templar exist. Mothman Miniatures. Have you tried Games Workshop spray paints? Would you recommend them for someone who doesn't have an airbrush? I'm also not looking to use black or white paints. No. Games Workshop paint, rattle can paints are overpriced and kind of a ripoff. It's the same thing as any normal spray paint. The color matching is sort of neat, but if you find something close enough, it's going to be close enough.
Right. And if you do like what you're supposed to do, at least what they think is you're supposed to take the spray can, you're supposed to spray paint your models, and then you're supposed to wash them and then highlight them. It does not matter if it matches enough then. if it's just close enough. If it's a blue, if you you spray them with blue and then use a different blue, it'll look blue. That'll be fine.
There is no magic in Games Workshop spray paint cans that make them work better for miniatures. It is just spray paint.
The only magic is that it's at the store.
Yeah.
That you bought everything else at.
And it's like 3 times the price of a normal can of spray paint.
Yeah, that's also the magic. Ooh, Jason M. I bet Ninjon's compressor issue is due to the cheap air regulator that comes on those compressors. I have the same one. Yeah, mine is weird too. Mine's consistent. It's still consistent, but yeah, the thing is broken.
I think I did end up having to replace the air regulator on my little tank.
Yep. That
I gave to Lucky Bat. After that, it's always worked flawlessly. Benjamin Walker.
Imagine having a nice little air compressor that works and isn't that loud.
I want to thank you guys for putting together such engaging and relaxing videos. I suffer with PTSD and anxiety, and watching some Eons of Battle really helps me put me in a good headspace. Well, that's great.
Yeah, that is awesome.
You make a bunch of videos.
Doomslayer, the secret is giving a broken item to Lucky Bat?
No, that worked great. What I ended up with, the new product I bought was the one that's broken.
Well, you had that old airbrush that you gave to Lucky Bat, and it was messed up because of the regulator. Then you replaced it and then gave it to Lucky Bat.
Yeah.
So, wonderful. Free reliable guy. How do I make my Agrax not shiny? I've tried medium, shaking a lot, and bearing in it, it's still shiny.
Did you buy gloss Agrax or shade? Because there's 2 different types of shades that GW makes. Normal and gloss.
James Mays, you guys excited for Tau?
Yeah, sure, why not? Tau are neat. I mean, they suck, but they're neat. Worst faction in the game, but they're cool.
They do look fun.
Captain Howdy 91, is the tankless eye water compressor any good? I don't know. Probably. It's probably expensive. Probably very expensive for a tankless. Peter McMurray, wasn't Sigismund Dorn's best boy like Karn was for Angron and Aramon was for Magnus? Yes, but they had a falling out because of Sigismund's belief in the divinity of the god emperor.
Oh, I thought they wanted to take the same girl to prom. It just didn't work out. Alt account, Gloss Egrets bit me once. Now I have regular and one that I will never use. Okay, here we go. Free reliable guy. Nope, it says the normal, and it's still shiny, angry cat face.
I don't know.
You could have got a bad batch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing it could be, maybe. Maybe, yeah. Especially if you shook it up enough. If it's new, you should show someone. Maybe you bought it from a Games Workshop. And then complain and really Karen it up. Like, you should get your, Karen haircut and go in there and yell.
Joe Draco's on the GW spray paints. They're not primer either. Interesting. So you're meant to prime them and then use the spray base coat?
Maybe really funny is if that Agrax, that free reliable guy has, is actually gloss, but they put the wrong label on it. That'd be pretty funny.
Jason M, a quality air regulator is well over $100. Definitely not getting that. I feel like I bought one for like $20 and it was fine. I think you can get regulators that are rated for different PSIs. Because like, there's probably some regulators that can go up to like 2,500 PSI. And you don't need one of those.
Right.
Talk, man. I've already spilled my Agrax pot at least 3 times. I think I've spilt a wash once, and a friend of mine spilt a pot of Mornfang Brown, which is rather impressive.
I remember that. Hell, it's still on that table, kind of. You can't really see it as much. Although if you go back to some old EOB videos, if you see like a poopy brown stain on the table, that's what that is. Here's the thing that I read that I wanted to read. Alt account, how much is your monthly Games Workshop tax?
Like, how much do they charge us to paint their models? To shill? Yeah, they charge us about $30,000 a month.
Per shill.
Per shill.
Yeah, we're making some real bank. James Mays, first time I bought Null Oil, Cat knocked it over immediately.
Cat knew what it was doing.
I think it was a white cat now, and then the, cat got a little paint on him. Alt accounts, nah, how much do you spend on average on models?
I don't know. Sometimes a lot, probably sometimes not so bad. It all depends.
I mean, we talked a little bit about it in the AMA. A lot of the models were pre-bought before we came back, and then we had some big purchases like Dominion and Octeris, and a little bit of eBay stuff here and there. But yeah, not that much stuff.
Omniscience Sphinx, if the other Primarchs found out about the Indominus project, which Primarch would challenge Guilliman first? Like about the Primaris Marines? I feel like some of them would be on board and some of them would be against it. But Call didn't really figure out how to make them until like 10,000 years later. Maybe like 5,000 years later. So I don't know. But I mean, back then, they were always getting new gear. So I feel like it wouldn't have been that crazy back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Sean, paint pots give me anxiety. I've not spilled one yet.
Cat Mounty 91. Speaking of Games Workshop gloss, I accidentally bought Reichland Fleshshade gloss once. Yeah, I didn't. It's weird that they offer all colors in gloss, because it almost makes sense with Agrax, Earthshade, and Nuln Oil, because gloss would technically look better on metallics, because metallics should be kind of glossy. But other than that, I don't think they make any sense.
What if you want things to look really glossy?
I guess.
What if you want all your models to look weird
Mm-hmm.
and really glossy? Don't call me Shirley. Spreadsheet it all of your purchases. Technically, we do have that.
Yes.
We do have that information because of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not crazy.
Mm-hmm. Joe Draco's paint for the paint god, dropper bottles for the dropper bottle throne. Haven't said that in a while.
Okay, I'm Bartman. Stop saying P in the chat.
Alex Anderson, I literally just got my order of dropper bottles that I plan to use on my contrast paints. Interesting. I actually prefer pots for washes and contrast because I feel like it gives me more control. Because usually I take paint directly from the pots and then I put it directly on the model and then I thin it on the model. And so I feel like I get more out of my washes and contrasts in pots. But everything else I do prefer dropper bottles. Because I'm almost always going to put it on a palette.
Donkman, I mean, a sweaty Catachan could use some gloss.
That's true.
Simon the Bottomless Monkey. Gloss washes on a glossy surface do a really good job of seeking out the recesses.
That's true.
Also, P. Just want to get that out there.
Jason M. Liquid green stuff works well in a pot, I think. Yeah, that kind of makes sense too, because you don't really thin liquid green stuff.
Not with that attitude.
Joe Draco, supposedly Call figured out Primaris Marines right away and then froze all the Marines for 10,000 years. I hate Primaris lore and generally ignore it though. That is true. But I feel like it makes sense that someone could figure it out. Because the reason that people hate Primaris Marines, or not the reason in universe that people would be opposed to Primaris Marines is that the Emperor is a god and divine, and nobody could possibly be able to to create the same things he did or make the things he did better. But I feel like the thing about 40K is that the Emperor wasn't a god and infallible. I mean, the fact that he's dead now is part of why he makes him fallible. So I feel like it's fine that somebody else could replicate his work. And it kind of like also helps to show that he's not a god. Also, Call's cool. The book Call the Great Work is really, really fun.
Sean, liquid green stuff. Is that orc pee? D Scorpion. I love how most of the chat seems to be focused on pee currently. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a wild day.
D Scorpion, what are some products that you're wanting to try out soon? I've been thinking about trying out actually like good quality expensive clippers. Just to see if they are in fact better than normal ones. Is there anything else really? I think that's sort of it. I think usually I don't get super excited about tools. I get excited about models.
It's a $50,000 commercial grade 3D printer.
Yes, yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and an employee to run it.
Yep. Exactly. That's my favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
Green Jet, was there a brand of clippers you were thinking for clippers?
I don't know, something somebody told me. Just whatever clippers that's like over $25 but less than 40. Like how good could they possibly get? Benjamin Walker, what kill teams have you had the most fun with? Veteran guardsmen are very, very good. I played a bunch of Kroot and they're fun, but they're difficult to play with. Space Marines are really, really fun. I really enjoyed Intercessors, Assault Intercessors, and Incursors. Death Guard seem really, really fun. The Disgustingly Resilient rolls are a lot of fun. Sister of Battle, what are they? Repentia is another fun but like scary kill team because you can die so easy. Yeah, I think Space Marines is the one I've had the most fun with. Although I've been enjoying all the teams I played with.
Alex Anderson, what's y'all's opinion on Scale 75 instant colors? I wasn't a big fan though. I only got the skin set.
I have some. Some of them I like a lot. They're pretty much exactly the same as Games Workshop contrast paints, and one of them I feel like is unusable, and it is a tan. I feel like contrast paints only really work with darker color contrast paints. I feel like lighter colors don't really work. Gordon Quigley.
What if that skin set's a lot of light colors?
It sounds like it definitely could be. Gordon Quigley, never caught a live stream before. Just want to say thanks for the awesome content you guys make. Yeah.
Sweet.
Speaking of awesome content, where is Super Glue?
James Mays, try the Tau Pathfinder kill team. Fun to snipe. I would love to. I think that'd be the team that I would want. Some Tau Pathfinders. Ooh, alt account. Oh, I finished painting Curse City, and I got to play my first game last Friday.
Nice. Curse City
Was it
looks
fun?
neat.
Did you have fun? Remember when it stopped existing forever?
I do. Can you just buy it now, or is it still not available?
I don't know. I don't think it's available yet.
Because they have
Again,
said that it
it's
is coming back, and the
FOMO.
expansions are going to come out too.
I
Yeah,
don't
people-
know. I never know what's for like Warhammer community is really good at teasing, but I never know what's on sale
Yeah.
ever. Where is it?
Sweaty, if you could get a full factions range, but in return one game you play and collect disappears, what would you do it, and for what faction of what game? A full factions range, but in return one game you play and collect disappears. Okay, I would have all of the units available for Malifaux Arcanists, and the game I would sacrifice is Warhammer 40,000. DS Scorpion, out of curiosity, have you guys done any collabs with other creators yet, or thinking about it? Maybe we got something in the works. It's hard because we're all really busy, like all content creators.
It is true. The amount of conversations that we've had with people and then it never happened.
Yeah, a
Pretty
lot.
high. Most.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's hard.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. It. What is Nick's Star Wars Legion army? None. And that's how I'm going to keep it.
Until the guns come out.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Nick's
If the
gonna go
Gun
hard
Guns
into
came
the
out,
guns.
If the guns came out, I would probably play. But I'm not interested.
Could totally be
really.
an army.
Mm-hmm. I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I can only play games that have gremlins or grots or goblins or anything like that.
Yeah, similarly dumb, silly things.
Yes. So, guns would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Donkman. I mean, they were featured in a Midwinter Minis vid.
That's true.
It's very true.
So yeah, we technically have done one collab.
Mm-hmm. But who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there'll be another one.
There will be. I don't like eventually. Like we would like
within
to.
the next 20, 30 years?
Yeah. You know, I mean, if Goo would
Yeah.
return our calls, then
Yep. Yeah. Well, we probably shouldn't have just shown up randomly at his house.
mm-hmm.
Problem.
Yeah, he dialed 911 really fast. It was pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is he said the Eons of Battle is attacking our house, and so the cops didn't come.
Yeah. Yeah, and if there's only a time for him to show up, now would be the time.
Brent's lurking.
That's true. We know what you're doing, Brent. Okay, use your alternate account to type a comment. It. Does Nick have any other army except orcs? Well, I had Eldar, and I sold all of it recently to someone, and I do have a Dark Eldar army that is in shambles, in pieces. I have a Gloom Spike.
Don't you mean a Drukari army?
Yes. I have some Gloom Spike kits that are in the process of being put together and everything. And then I have some Cruel Boys, and those are done. All the Dominion Cruel Boys. Sean, does Goober even have a phone? He seems like a hippie. Yes. Oh yeah, and I have one Tau.
One Tau.
It's a Pathfinder, right?
Yeah.
They all look the same to me.
Okay, what happened to this guy's bolt gun? Is it in the gun pile? Yes. Okay, it is. Good.
But yeah, I have one Tau Pathfinder. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from, but I have one. We have determined that it wasn't Sean's because he has Pathfinders, but it's not one of his. So I don't know. Did we buy a Tau army? I don't think we did.
I don't think so. Maybe someone else threw in some Tau. Like we bought Tyranids. We must have bought Eldar. We bought Imperial Guard. Tons of Imperial Guard.
But well, we didn't. I don't know if we bought. I know we for sure bought Dark Eldar, and I wonder if some of that Dark Eldar, there was like a little bit of Eldar in it. You know, really, I could go back to 2015 and look at all the messages on Daka Daka.
You know, I think some of the metal Eldar came from me buying them off of my manager from Steinhoffels.
Really? Interesting. And you just gave them to me?
Yeah, I must have.
Huh. You know, that makes a little bit of sense. That does make a little bit of sense.
It's also, so you think Custodians are a good first army? Yeah! Get that new Combat Patrol when it comes out. In next week or 5 months.
And speaking of that, it is 10 o'clock.
Looks like tomorrow we're going to be finishing up the backpacks, and then on Friday, we're going to start a new thing.
Damn, and you know who gets to pick that new thing? It's our Patreon supporters.
Yeah.
So it seems like everybody should join the Patreon to do some voting. Because one in particular is winning, and maybe it shouldn't. And you could be that person to make sure that it does not win. But anyways, we had already 2 videos out this week. We have 2 more. We have a normal one on Friday. Today's Wednesday. And then we have a Patreon exclusive one on Saturday. So you gotta join the Patreon. And we have a Patreon only live stream after the normal live stream on Friday, where you can actually call in and chat with us, and you can say horrible things to our faces, and we cry and we get really, really sad, and then we run away, but then we come back, and then all
right, everybody, good night.
Good night.